Welcome back to the Brassard Hyperspace trial here in sunny, rainy Montreal.
Yeah.
Currently flooding in different parts, and we are here at the Collect Edition Millennium Condor streamed
Yes.
Hyperspace trial,
Yes.
and we are presenting two Condors on stream. If I am not correct,
No, you're not correct.
no.
Remi is from l'Abyss, which is a competitor of the Collect
Oh.
Edition. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So some Montreal infighting then.
Yeah, that's Thomas from the South Shore against
Yeah.
the main guy from the island of Montreal.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Remi's the main guy for the island. Well, you got both their logos right here in the corner, right next to each other.
Almost.
There should be little
Yeah, that's right.
explosions.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they are both sponsor of the show, so
Oh,
we're
fantastic.
good. We're good.
This is great to see. Another one of these. I don't know. It seems. I would say it's like a Jean-inspired list. The U-wing.
Yeah, with the U-wing, yeah.
And then the Garvin and.
Yeah,
the
because
intimidation.
Thomas plays in the same league as Jean, so
Yeah.
yeah, maybe Thomas is.
They share ideas.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it looks. I love the look of that list. I like seeing Magviaro. We can put her up on stream because I don't even know what she does. This is.
You can only re-roll one dice when you attack her
Yeah.
or people around her. Yeah.
Well, a friendly ship at range was 0 to 2, so that's fantastic around her. So, and then we've got a Phoenix Squadron pilot, which is just the generic can take an EPT pilot.
It's there to die.
Initiative 1, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Dutch, we've seen earlier. Garvin passes focuses. He's got the selfless there, so he's going to be spreading out that damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be very exciting to see.
What do you make of Lando?
I love Lando. It's 2 points. How can you not take him? The only reason you don't see him everywhere is people are putting Leia everywhere.
Yeah.
So Leia's 4 points?
Yeah. I had a list with Lando in Magda,
Yeah.
and goddamn Lando rolling blanks and blanks and blanks. You know
But
what?
he rolls blanks, your opponent chooses.
You're what?
Like you always get a token.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. Like you never
So-
get the one you want, right?
So what I did, so I had a list. It was Jan Ors in the Hawk with Juke,
Mm-hmm.
and oh my god, the top U-wing Saw,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
With Juke and Lando and Leia,
Okay.
and Blount with Juke and Sabine with Juke.
Okay.
So everyone has Juke.
Yeah.
And Saw says when you get to roll an extra dice when you're damaged.
Yeah.
So you get Saw and Blount and Sabine and rolling like I can get up to like 5 dice with Juke. And my opponent, if you have Jin, or if you have Jan in the list,
Yeah.
and you get to push the dice up. Saw pushes the dice up, obviously getting +2 dice. You're attacking at range 1, you're at +3 dice.
Yeah.
Right, so all of a sudden Blount's like, hey, have five hits
Yeah.
plus Juke. And if you have Jin, she allows you to. She has the old Jan ability, right? So you can switch. Like your opponent gives you the focus, you switch it to an evade. So you always have the evade for Juke.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on Remi's list? He's got cluster missiles at Major Rhymer, so that's going to play with his abilities. He's going to be able to shoot those cluster missiles not only at range 0 but at range 3.
Yes.
And then
And funny fact there, he asked me before the tournament
Yeah.
what was the ruling on that. So, he knew what he wanted to do.
Yeah. And then Captain Jonas with barrage rockets, giving himself and Major Rhymer some rerolls.
Yeah.
And
Saber Squadron. Okay. And Sunterfell.
and Sunterfell. Sunterfell's just great. Outmaneuver. We'll have to see how much that procs. There's a bump there with his bombers. Intentional, I imagine. I hope.
I would be surprised if it's not intentional because Remi is quite a player.
Sunter's seeing a lot of play here today. I was very interested to see that the amount of players, and certainly I got to watch Michel from Quebec City,
yeah.
and he played Sunter like it was a scalpel. Like it was just beautiful to watch.
I've never played Suntil
No?
because in first edition it was too fragile for me because
Okay.
I'm bad with green dice,
Mhm.
so we would get crushed in the first or second round of combat. So
Because I'm the same way. I'm overly aggressive with him,
Mhm.
and then as soon as he's taking shots, he's gonna go down.
69 minutes.
This is really interesting that Remi's starting to split his formation up already,
Mhm.
taking the flank with Suntir, keeping
Yeah.
the Saber Squadron ace, which I assume he's taken. He doesn't have a bid, so he's taken the Saber Squadron just for the pilot skill bump.
So you think he'll try to joust with the two bombers and the Saber Squadron? Because for sure Thomas is gonna go by the side of the board and come in like at the other
There's a
end.
big lane. They've created a little clump of rocks, right?
Yeah.
So Suntir wants to come in through the rocks.
And I don't think Thomas will want to break the formation either.
No, absolutely not. I'm excited to see how intimidation on the Phoenix Squadron works out. Unfortunately, when we had Jean on stream, he was unable to get Hef Tobler
All right, so
into a bumping position.
pardon my ignorance, but what does intimidation do on the Phoenix Squadron?
So, intimidation is a talent. And so when an enemy ship is at range 0, it rolls 1 fewer defense dice.
Okay.
So you put the A-wing in, have Remi's ships bump onto it, and then they're only rolling 1 defense die.
Okay. That used to be put on the other A-wing there that could attack at range 0.
Arvel.
Arvel,
Yeah.
that's it.
And
yeah.
he still can attack at range 0.
Oh, he still can, for sure.
Yeah. And then you put crack shot and intimidation on him, and because if you're at range 1,
yeah,
you've probably got bullseye if you're shooting. It's rare that you don't.
Yeah, but
or range 0, sorry.
We used to see that more at the beginning of 2.0, and now it's not that popular.
Well, it's good against aces, and we're not seeing a lot of aces, right? We've had someone stream today, but most of the lists are, Rebel Chunk, Swarms, right? So pushing an A-wing in and like being able to do that kind of damage at range 0 is great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work against like a low PS ships, people with like a lot of ships with a lot of hull that don't have those evades anyway. It's like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
You blew up a Z95. There's a guy here flying 8 of them. It's like, great, I got 7 more, and 3 of them have shots on you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I think it's a meta call, and if the meta changes, you might see Arvel come back. I think 2.0 has done a very good job of balancing a lot of these issues and factors into being a more balanced game.
No, 2.0 is good.
Oh my god.
It's good.
I love it.
Unfortunately, since 2.0 has come out, I play less.
Less?
Because I do the league, I do the 2 podcasts, I do this and that, and now I'm
I'm the same way.
I hunger for play now.
Like by running the league, and we just launched our website and
exactly,
putting that together, and like I run the PTL Open, and we're gonna. I don't know if this counts as an announcement, but we're looking at picking the time, so we're looking at like August, September this year for the next PTL Open. So
September, you said?
Yeah, late August or September.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So come on down to Toronto.
Yeah.
Flycasual.ca. Check out for the announcements.
I'll go there if you come to my tournament, the
I already
Alpha
have
Condor Challenge there in Quebec City.
I came to Alpha Condor last year.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you did good, so you need to come back, right?
Oh. Well, we've got the Alpha Condor champion here today, right?
No, Steve McLean is not here.
No?
No.
Oh, then I missed. It's the other guy that won the PTL prizes here. I'm confusing him with the winner.
Who?
You look confused. The gentleman in the hat there.
Frédéric Banville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Strong player.
He won something.
Yeah. At some point.
I'm a fan. We
You know that this guy went in France for his study, doing a master's degree.
Oh wow!
And he played there for a while. He was there like for 3 or 4 months. And while he was there was the France Nationals.
Yeah.
In Paris. So he played there, and he made dice.
Cool.
So he made 4 and 2 at the French Nationals.
So that was Lando on Magva, and he got an evade. So you just do it every turn so you don't forget.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I really like what Remi's doing, where he sort of split up all of his ships into a nice broad line.
So what do you think he'll do with the Saber?
I think both interceptors are going to fight forward.
Okay, yeah, sure. But he needs to bring Thomas needs to bring his A-wing. So a 3 hard, and then he needs to...
His A-wing needs to be on the other side of the Y wing. He
Yeah,
needs to be downboard more.
because Thomas is good. All right,
Yeah.
I can't win against
Yeah.
Thomas.
No?
No,
No.
I don't know why.
I didn't expect this. I didn't expect
No, me
Remi to
neither.
turn in
So
like
you
that.
think he'll try to come back?
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
No.
He
What?
can,
Okay.
but that allows him to hard turn next turn.
Yeah.
Right? He can hard two. He can slow down. If he hadn't a barrel rolled, he could have left it open to 5K to totally reposition, force Thomas back through into the rocks. Fast, but not that fast. That's a very good position beside the rock there because it opens up your entire dial. Right, he can do, if you think about his right turns, he can do a 1, he can do a 2, he can do a 3,
Yeah.
he can do a 5 forward, barrel roller boost and just be gone.
Now he's boosting.
He's boosting. That locks down his hard boost and barrel roll.
Oh, he's setting up something there. It's gonna be a kill box in the center or something.
Yeah, because he wants to flank, right? So he's setting up a hard 2 next turn because he's going to have to stress his ship there. Come on, Remi, there we go.
So 5 straight with this one.
I think so. Yeah. And then boost, yeah. Setting up to affect the outmaneuver.
All right. So at this point, I think that Thomas is in trouble
You think so?
because he's gonna get in a turn or two. He's gonna get attacked from every side.
All angles.
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. But still.
He's got Leia, right?
Still.
So he can stop Mag Viaro now and do an 80-degree turn, or a 90-degree turn. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm doing a 90-degree turn. Yeah, you looked at me weird. I'm not great at math, Bruno. It's fine. You can do a 90-degree turn. So, I mean, he does have a reposition gimme, right? That he can sort of figure things out.
But I think he will have a hard. He might be able to focus on one enemy ship, one turn, and then we'll have a hard time focusing on another one because they will be all spread around him, and he won't be able to point every ship in the same direction. My feeling. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm bad. There's no script there, so I don't know what to say. Right?
No. No. we're seeing Bruno's weakness, folks. No script. He doesn't know what to do. I mean, we could see like if Thomas wants to come directly down the middle of the board, it's possible. He can like hard to barrel roll with the Y wing. He can set that up. But he really needs to start getting like target locks, and none of Remi's ships ever wants to see a torpedo.
No.
Right?
That's for sure.
So that, like, Suntir can stop some, but not all of a torpedo. The bombers are just going to eat it all, and it's going to suck.
Oh, but still, the bombers, they have 2 defense dice, right?
But
yeah, but
Jonas needs the focus to shoot the rockets.
Yeah.
Right? And Jonas is I4, and Dutch is I4. It's happening at the same time. So Thomas is moving first and shooting first.
Okay, so I missed who had the initiative, so it's Thomas.
So Thomas has initiative.
Yeah.
So if he shoots the torpedo first, then that can strip the focus from Jonas, and then he would not be able to shoot the barrage rockets.
Okay.
Right. Reimer can probably shoot the cluster missiles, but then he doesn't have defensive abilities. Thomas just continues to keep on his side of the board. I mean, that's...
All right. Okay. So he's not being pulled in the kill box of Remi at this point.
So if he can, like, keep it together, right, and then force an engagement on his terms with only some of Remi's ships.
Yeah.
That might be... If he can trap the bombers and, like, get the interceptors out of position...
So if you were Thomas, who would be your prime target?
Suntir.
All right, so that's looking bad because Suntir is at the other end of the field now.
Yeah.
And if you're Remi, who's your prime target?
Magva.
Then again, it's looking bad because she's at the other side of the field, and you have people in between that you'll have to shoot first, right?
Both of these players have deployed very well, and they're positioning very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially with the selfless coming in from Garvin and Dutch, right? Thomas is going to be able to spread out those crits and keep Magva alive longer, and Magva only allows the modification of one die, as we pulled up at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really great.
Yeah, because Remi doesn't have that much of a spike damage, right?
Right.
He might launch his cluster missile, but then again, you'll be able to reroll only one dice.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Dutch may fire his torpedo,
Yeah.
and he might be able to do full damage,
Yeah.
like you said, on the bomber, because, well, they have no shield. You can change one to a crit.
Yeah. Now, I didn't expect a 2-bank here. I expected a hard 2 or a 3-bank to get him around the rock.
All right, so for some tier, then it's going to be a 3-bank also. Same logic.
Maybe a hard 3 boost. Like Remi's gonna try and get
hard 3 boost. Okay.
Like there's gonna be no shots this turn, right? So where does he want to?
Well, these guys are gonna shot. The bombers. You think they're too far?
Maybe. Yeah, this might give Remi a shot. Depends if he moves his ships around or not. He might have 4 guns on Dutch this round if he.
Depending on Suntir's. Oh, maybe you were right, eh?
Yeah.
See, he's confident in the ability of his adversary to move his ship. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't trust my opponent. No.
No.
So
how
what
ships
now?
Go off the board.
Yeah, for sure. So what now? Boost?
Oh,
Barrel load?
He can't boost.
Why not?
He's gonna bump.
Even if he does 1 bank?
But that puts him out of position for next round.
You're good at this game, eh? Aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm just the judge. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
So. There's no script, as I told you.
Yeah. So this is interesting. Let's see if he's got a shot. Yeah. That's a good
So the
shot.
3 of them is gonna have a shot. All right. So
you gotta watch out for. He can only modify 1 die, but that's all he needs to do. So we're gonna take 2 off of Dutch. Yeah. So he's got selfless.
no shield left.
No shields left.
So
The new Y-Wings only have 3 shields. Or 2 shields.
Right. Yeah.
So this looks like the barrage rocket shot.
Whoops. All right.
Again, modifying only 1 die. Spend it takes hit crit.
It's a crit.
Can you? Oh.
Selfless on Garvin.
Selfless on Garvin. So Magva, unfortunately, hasn't been relevant just because of how Remi's been rolling.
Yeah.
He's only ever had to modify 1 dice, even though he can only modify 1 dice. Here comes cluster missiles number 1.
There's a dice at your.
Oh.
The other side.
You need new dice, Remi.
So 2 hits, 1 hit.
1 on Dutch. And then, are we going to cluster missile again? There's no one else in range.
No.
So, barrage rockets were spent 1. Cluster missiles spent 1.
I have.
All right, folks. This is going to be interesting coming into the next round.
I'm back.
So, this interceptor, the Saber needs to do something blue, right? So based
3 bank?
2 bank.
Why 2?
So if he 2 banks, he can barrel roll and get shots, right? So he'll be beside the rock below Dutch. And they're all going to turn in, or he could hard 2, because one would assume that Thomas is going to turn in this round. He's going to get a proton torpedo off with Dutch, and he's going to be passing a target lock with Dutch into another ship.
Isn't it going to be too close to the bombers for the torpedo shot?
Maybe.
Okay, why not a 3 bank? I would do a 3 bank and then maybe boost behind all of his ship with.
Because if you
a
3 bank boost, because if he turns quickly, right, or if he could pop Leia here, that might be. Because if he pops Leia, then Dutch can K-turn.
Yep.
Right? And the U-wing can turn 90 degrees.
Yep.
And then Dutch will pass out a target lock.
Okay, so you're expecting Sunterfell to do like a 5 straight?
Yeah. Yeah.
These the bombers like what
One forward.
one
Like,
forward,
they don't
yeah,
wanna
because
they don't
they're
wanna
gonna be in arc, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they can eat whatever damage is going to be put at them, right?
Yeah. And I want to thank Thomas for leaving his Millénium
Oh.
Condor range ruler like that. That's
Oh,
looking good.
that's a good idea. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I don't know. I'm thinking like the saber, yeah, two bank or two hard. Because if the two hard will put him facing right at the rock,
Yeah.
and he can barrel roll one way or the other.
Would you
with a
barrel roll
focus.
inside or outside?
Well, because he's moving at I4, he gets to see where Thomas's ships go first.
Okay.
So he gets to choose.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. The A wing. So you were right about turning it in. So it doesn't have any
Well,
choice
he
anyway.
has to. He has to at this point, or he's going to lose. He's going to lose more ships. The question is he going to boost here to try and get intimidation?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he needs to get in.
Now he can perform an action, and then do a boost, because he's an A-wing.
See, Thomas also have confidence in Remi to do the right maneuver. I wouldn't, but you know what?
Okay.
It's their game. It's not mine.
So unfortunately for him, barrage rockets do work at range 1.
That's right.
Here's Magvillaro coming in. Londo. Double focus, looks like. That's great on an engagement round.
Yeah.
I love Londo.
Oh, wow.
He's just great. About at 2 points.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's cheap.
Yeah.
And this, before you could end up with no tokens. Now at least you have one.
Yeah. And the opponent chooses, I think it only works out to be like 11 or 15% of the time.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have a choice. Like, it's like 30%, 30%, 30%, 10%. So.
Okay.
You're usually getting something useful. And on a tanky ship like the VCX or a U-Wing, right, having that evade or having that focus can really help out.
Oh, for sure.
Now, the VCX, it needs an evade die. You got to figure that out. Far be it for me to tell you how to fly your ships. Range 3, yeah. Obstructions. Great formation flying here from Thomas, keeping Magva back.
Hey Thomas, quand tu lances tes dés de Lando, là, lance-les sur le bleu, s'il te plaît.
Here we go. Just the one forwards.
Man, you called it. You really are good at this game. Well, you're going to Worlds, right?
I am going to Worlds. Yep.
Nice. In the party bus?
I think we're going to drive to Detroit, and then we're all going to fly out of Detroit.
Oh, really? Okay.
So there's the 2 bank. And then so we may get a boost here. Like he can barrel, he could, actually, the barrel roll will be close. But the hard 2 would be very aggressive, and I don't think Thomas couldn't have gotten that far. But, straight boost, that's interesting.
Why not a 1 bank?
It may have to do with where Suntir is going.
Yeah, probably.
And it also allows him to next turn be slower.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So instead of being, what's the
angle, or?
Well, instead of being like horizontal, like
whatever.
perpendicular to Thomas's ships, now he can do a hard 1 and like still keep an angle.
Yeah.
So it gives him, for his next turn, his angle isn't so harsh. He can keep in the back.
Okay. So in the end, Thomas is still, he ends up in a kill box, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he might focus on one of the bomber, maybe take one out, and then he'll be in trouble because the 2 interceptor will be behind him.
Well, luckily for Thomas, it's Suntir is obstructed to Dutch and has no ships in his bullseye.
Yeah.
So I mean, you still take that shot. I mean, the Y-wing's only throwing 2 evade dice. You've got 3 attack dice, and he's got no defensive mods. So why not?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's what we're gonna do. Also, outmaneuver would proc here, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, outmaneuver. So Thomas is actually only going to get to roll 1 die. Yeah. And there's Let's see if Selfness gets procced again.
Garvin
Yeah.
is taking the hit, the crit.
Yeah, Garvin takes the crit. And so, and you can see Thomas there spreading the damage out, just sort of like.
Yeah.
It's sort of Remi's been really great with his target priority, keeping everything on Dutch. He's clearly identified he doesn't want proton torpedoes going off. So who's this? This is Garvin. So he takes one.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a eu comme résultat, Rémi? Un hit pour toi?
On Jonas.
Two hits on Jonas.
And so you saw there when Garvin spent his focus, he passed it to Dutch. Dutch is now going to shoot range 1 into Jonas as well. But with focus and target lock, this should be a good hit.
Yeah.
And it is. Let's see how Remi rolls. He wants to keep that focus. Takes another 2. That's half on Jonas. So, and you've seen him.
Go put the initiative value on the.
Oh, how do I do that?
Yeah, there. Wait.
We've got first player.
Oh, it's there. It's supposed to be there.
No, it's pilot initiative.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Well, yeah, the pilot initiatives aren't there.
So click on it and remove it and put it back, maybe. And then go there and reload the page. No? Didn't work?
No.
Ah, too bad. We'll fix it in between the rounds.
You'll fix it in post?
No, in between the rounds. No, I don't do post production on this.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Garvin took the hit, the crit. It's a direct hit.
How much health? How much is left on Dutch?
How much is sur Dutch?
I fixed it.
Where was it?
We had to select a location.
Oh, okay.
That would have been useful earlier. Interesting.
Jonas on who?
It's got a hull upgrade.
C'est Jonas sur qui? Sur Dutch? Okay.
So he used cluster missile on Garvin.
Mm-hmm. That's not great. Oh, they've put the damage, hit, and what's the crit? Can they put the crit on the stream?
Mettez le critique sur le bleu, s'il vous plaît, qu'on sache c'est quoi. Mettez le critique sur le bleu. Loose stabilizer. Ah.
Woo. Yeah. So he has to go straight. That's not great. But I think they might be dead. Looks like 3. Takes 2. That was Garvin. No, Dutch. Dutch goes down. Remi successfully annihilated the proton torpedoes.
Yeah.
Got them off the board. And here's the Saber. They're going to... Saber's going to finish off Garvin. That's a rough round.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, 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 shoot.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay.
So they're about the same.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good to me.
So Thomas needs to make something happen now because that was
Well, he's gonna get Jonas off, I think. He's got enough focuses to do it. Yeah. So Jonas takes one.
okay.
Oof. He should have one hull left, I think. And now the A-wing will do it.
Eesh, maybe
Focus
not.
for
Oh, yeah,
two.
2 hits.
No.
Is that a dead Jonas?
Yeah, that's Jonas.
Still, this round went to Remi for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because losing Dutch with his 2 torpedo charge and losing Garvin before he could attack, that's bad, man. Seriously, that's a lot of point there.
I know Garvin did attack,
Yeah,
but
he did attack. Sorry.
even losing him is rough.
Yeah.
Like,
N'oubliez pas d'enlever les dés, s'il vous plaît.
no, I can just turn it on and off.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Magva can be a closer. I don't know if she can.
She's not that defensive.
I think we'll see a 2 hard from the A-wing, and then like a barrel roll, right? And then Magva is going to turn around.
You know what? I would proc Leia.
Yeah.
Do a K-turn or something like that with the A-wing.
The A-wing wants people to be touching it. The one
Ah, that's right. That's the one I want to bump.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Oh my gosh, that was a heck of a round.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see how our players deal with this new situation. We've got, like, Thomas's easiest way forward is probably trying to kill Major Reimer. Those are his easiest points to get,
Yeah.
right? But if he leaves Sunterfell alone, Sunterfell will just go wherever he wants and kill whatever he wants.
Yeah, and then you won't be able to have it in your arc. Yeah.
Are we doing? We're not doing Leia. He's just going 5 forward.
Oh, he's engaging.
Here's the stress. Disengage.
So he's leaving Magda to be crushed to the wolves.
Listen, maybe the Phoenix Squadron can do it. He can.
You think that's the
Phoenix
closer?
Squadron against the world.
Yeah. That would not be thematic though, because in the show there, they always die like dogs, like boom, 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 boom.
It's because they have intimidation and they're trying to get too close to Sunterfell.
That's it. That's it.
Oh.
Evade.
Lando gets an evade, which is good. He's probably not going to be getting a lot of shots this round. Interesting. All right, here we go. We're seeing, yeah, you're the marshal. Reimer there setting up his next, the next few turns. The Saber turning in. I wonder if we're going to see a hard 1 from Suntir. Probably not. A hard 3 gets him around the rock real nice, though. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there they are. Oh, bank maneuver's fine too. Woof. 3 dice from Suntir. 1 evade. Magva takes 2. So I think it's the Saber. Magva takes one. It's the last shield. On to the next round. Nice and quick. Good pace of play from these players. I imagine they've played each other before, both being local Montreal boys. Remi of the island and Tomas. I think Bruno said he was South Shore. Dials down nice and quick. Like I said, good pace of play. These guys know where they want to go, and they know what they're doing. They know how the engagement's going to go. Well, look, I'm looking forward to seeing. What's that? Oh, okay, great, thanks. All right, so we've got Leia coming up. Tomas let us know Tomas let us know he's using Leia. Oh, slooping here. Then that's thanks to Leia. That's a white maneuver, and we're gonna drop Leia down to 0 charges. And boost, and I'm assuming there's gonna be another action there. Thomas dropped his token, so there we are. And Mag Villaro moves next. Oh, he's gonna close the pivot wing. Stop maneuver, and you can turn now 180 or 90, and we're gonna see what his decision is. Ooh, the full 180 coming right round. Looks like he's going to be looking to put damage into Major Reimer there. Well, gets a focus token. That's not bad. No evade, but what can you do? TIE Bomber's doing a 5K, so he's going to be without tokens, but has the target lock for cluster missiles on Magva. Oh, Magva is lacking. Although Reimer is lacking his friend Jonas for the rerolls. Just a straight 2 barrel roll there for the Saber. Getting him out of arc, getting the focus, getting to put more damage into Magva. I'm afraid this might be the end of Magva. Probably a 2 bank here. Maybe a 2 forward. Ugh. 2 bank coming in. Suntir's going to pick up an action here. And then because he's going to focus, and then he's going to evade, and then he's going to focus. Excellent move. Suntir here shooting at Magva. And remember, he can only modify 1 dice. Well, Thomas mulling it over. Is he going to focus? Yep. Focuses, takes 2. What's the crit? Damage sensor array. Not great. So that prevents him from doing actions except those on cards. And here I imagine we're having the last cluster missile. And he spends the target lock. Woof. Toots in a crit. For nothing. That is a dead Magva. And unfortunately, since she is I3, she does not get to shoot back. Yeah. The A-Wing here trying to make a decision about who to shoot. It looks like it's going to shoot the Saber Squadron. Range 3. Unless the Saber Squadron shooting at easy. Evaded. But the Phoenix Squadron is going to shoot. 2 hits. I think Remi said he took 1 there. I think this our poor little A-Wing's in trouble. I don't even know if I'm using cluster missiles right, but they've been used 4 times now, so I don't think this is going to time, folks. A happy little A-Wing's probably going to get a block this round, but who knows how long that'll last. There we go. Nice, easy maneuver. Getting right in front of those interceptors, hoping to get a block off. The only issue now is that that little Phoenix Squadron pilot isn't Arvel, and he's going to hurt for friends to shoot at the people he's intimidating. Doesn't really help if you don't have anyone to back you up. You know, focus there from Reimer. Again, I may have miscounted the charges, so he may be able to shoot some. And oh, looks like a bump. I mean, he did the thing. He got it off. He bumped him with the A-Wing. But unfortunately, there's no more Magviaro, no more Garvin Dreiss, no more Dutch to take advantage of the bumping. Both these players, folks, 2 and 1. We're gonna start putting bubble matches on instead of top tables. Suntir flying by. Wow. Great ace play here from Remi. Yeah. Major Reimer is out of cluster missiles. And A-Wing is taking no damage. A-Wing on Reimer. No, hit crit. That's great. Naturally evaded. Normally I like to talk about paths to victory or root for the underdog, but I don't see the Phoenix Squadron in half an hour pulling it about. You could try and kill Major Reimer or get half on the Saber Squadron, but it doesn't always work. All right, these players are keeping up their pace of play. Dial's already down. We got only 2 left. Remi's got to decide where Saber is going and the bomber. And we've got Bruno back. You're back from bothering people with your air horn?
Yeah, man. I take care of my players, right? So I bought 2 pitchers of beer,
Oh.
and I distributed beers to whoever wanted some.
And that makes up for you deafening them with the air horn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and being a bad judge, and I'm a good host.
You can't be
even.
worse than me. You guys had a great
Hey,
time. down
wait,
at the-
this is not over. We don't know yet, right?
That's fair. You guys had a good time down at the System Open, though. I think all the Quebec players had a good time.
Oh yeah, it was great. I had fun. I had a shitty tournament, right?
Yeah.
Even the Anger Bay was shit,
Yeah.
but I had a great time.
Were you a part of the Dice Hanger Bay?
Dice Anger Bay was that? I would
Did
have
you
known.
see this?
No, was that?
8 guys ran a Hanger Bay, and they final salvoed every game.
No, I was not part of that. No. Oh, that's lame. Why? Just because they wanted to have the cards and stuff, the points? Boo, boo. Those are the guys that play 1.0 negative play experience, right?
Yeah.
They don't play the game for the game. They play to win. That's it. They don't want to play the game.
They just came up and they said the 8 of them were like, we could just final salvo and like we'll get through like 2 Hanger Bays like that for the tickets and for.
And
then-
that's legal? No, you have to play the game before you go to final salvo, right?
No.
No. You, 2 players could come in and say, we don't play the game, we final salvo.
You can't make them. No, because okay, so you just go to the judge. You're like, these are our results. And the Hanger Bay,
Wah.
Steve
Wah.
was like,
You know what? I would dare people to do that in my tournament.
Steve said, let them play if that's how they want to play.
Oh, they're not playing. That's the point. Anyway, this is a fun tournament, not some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Like the guys that did the intentional draw. That's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
They're just there for the prizes and stuff. So
One of the guys, one of the Americans came up to me. I'm not gonna name names, and was like, "Can I buy a Hanger Bay?" Because he wanted the top prize from the Hanger Bay. So there's a unique card for winning a
buy
Hanger Bay.
every spot.
Yeah.
Wow. No, you can't do that, right?
I'm like,
Did you expel him? Did you kick his ass? Did you?
I said that's a question for Steve.
Yeah, okay.
Because if
Because you already messed up with the tower room thing.
no,
You didn't
no,
want
no,
to.
no, no, because it's a money question, right?
Yeah.
Like Steve has to sell them the tickets. So you have to pay to be part of the Hanger Bay. So it's like, look.
Well, we missed an attack
he's
there,
the
I think.
tournament I'm the marshal. I
Yeah.
make the rules. He's the tournament organizer. He gives me the structure to work in.
Yeah, you get
Right?
the framework and you work within that, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
So if he's like, yes, they can do that, he's the one that has to take the money and organize it, and then I judge it, right? I have one of my judges run it. I had my guy Mike Reverso. He ran all the Hanger Base for us, calling me when needed, and so he's
Man,
a great guy.
people
good
are
local.
bad.
Hmm?
People are bad. Seriously. Get a
I'm not-
life, man.
I'm not gonna name names, but you'd know who it was.
Did I?
Yeah, if you would. Yeah. I'll tell you after.
Secret.
Yeah.
C'est quoi les. Fait plaisir, y a-tu des dégâts la dernière attaque?
2 shields on the A-wing. Because Devon is making confidence to me right now, so we're kind of missing the game.
Well, the game.
So Thomas is in trouble right now. It's
Yeah,
oh, you called that too,
I was-
right? The
I
A-wing
was-
against the world.
Yeah. Well, like it's. Well, I didn't expect them to fly it quite like this, but oftentimes when you have a ship like that, because it's your dedicated blocker is not getting shot as much because it's in there, it's blocking the ships.
Yeah.
So oftentimes it'll live longer, and then you're like, okay, how do I win with that ship?
Yeah. It forces you to be good, right?
Yeah.
But now Thomas is gonna do a 5 straight out of the map, to ease his pain right now.
No, well, Sunter and the Saber Squadron both have shots on him this round, so I'm not sure.
Before he kills himself.
I'm not sure he's gonna. Yeah, before he kills himself, he's gonna commit seppuku on the board.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, boost.
Oh, I don't know if that. Oh, Remi's a better Sunter player than I am.
Why?
I was like, I don't think that's gonna hit. That's gonna work, and then like, I would have barrel rolled, and then he.
Wow, what a roll.
Pew 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 pew.
Handshake, that's it.
That's it. Well, the A-wing died
Yep.
because he has outmaneuver on Sunter fell. He only rolled 2 dice
Hmm.
on evade.
And Remi had like hell of a roll for the last one there.
Yeah.
Wow.
The game ended with a whimper, not a bang. Well, that was a bangy whimper, I suppose. But we've got you on here. How do people listen to Millennium Condor? Where do they go? I mean, they've already found your YouTube channel, but where do they go to find your podcast?
Well, we're on Podomatic, we're on iTunes, we're on Podbeam, we're on Google Play.
Yeah, great.
Is there any more platform that I can be on?
I don't know. Sure, I don't know.
I don't know
Anywhere
either.
you find a podcast. If they listen on a podcast app and it doesn't have Millennium Condor,
They need to tell
they
me.
send you an email
Yeah.
and you get it there, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
And,
but they need to listen to the Lore Master quiz, right? That's
The Lore I've been trying to mention Lore Master every single
But do you
video.
do you consider yourself a content provider since you're doing like content here?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so I could put your name as a challengee from the Lore Master, right?
Listen, they're your rules. If you invite me on, I'll be more
Well,
than willing
I
to
don't
come
want to
on.
open a door there, so it's possible for any losers to be called in, right?
Well, so it's an odd situation in Toronto, right? Because I don't know if we should shut off the TV or not. It doesn't matter. Let it
No,
go.
let's talk about this right here, right now.
We have VTTV Live, and so I help find content for. We provide the content to them, so they record all FFG products. If it's played in Toronto, they record it. Actually, I don't think they recorded Legion. Because no one plays Legion in Toronto. But
Okay, let's say you were challenged by the Lore Master.
are you the
No,
Lore
by
Master?
the Alpha X-Wing International Intergalactic Lore Master 2000 until defeated. Who would you represent? VTTV?
No, PTL.
Well, PTL is not a content provider. It's not a podcast. It's not a stream. It's not a nothing.
We have Docking Bay 416. We have flycasual.ca. We provide the content on VTTV Live, so it's like we're the live.
It would be a joint venture between
Sure.
PTL and VTTV, right?
Sure. It's a weird situation, right? Like if we had our league stream and we were there, you'd be like, yeah, you're PTL, you're providing it. But because VTTV Live's a little bit separate, right? And then we just have we're a part of their content.
But there
right?
were talk about having a podcast. No, Salt Squadron is not yours.
Salt Squadron is in Southern Ontario.
No, but there's
there
a podcast, the Salt Mines. That's not you, go. That's not
No.
you. No, okay.
I don't know the salt mines.
It's a podcast. Like
There's
there's a
a-
rip-off of the crates, but
Oh.
they haven't done an episode like in years. So no, they're dead. I think so. But yeah, the Salt Squadron. It's at Niagara, I think. Is that it?
Yeah, unfortunately, we lost Kyle Thompson this year. Not that he passed away, but he's unfortunately no longer has the time to
Okay.
play X-Wing, and
Yeah.
he was a major organizer there in Southern Ontario. So, and it's unfortunate to see him go.
Okay. Okay.
He made a lot of really good content. I mean, if you look at what the PTL does for the community,
But why don't you do a PTL podcast?
I get asked that a lot, and certainly, there was talk of doing one in 1.0. There's talk of doing one. Was talk of starting one at the beginning of 2.0, and
It depends on what's your purpose. If you want to be a local podcast to Toronto and talk about your local meta, your league and stuff, that's good.
yeah,
And I think that would have success with your local community, right?
yeah.
But if you want to be a global podcast or a North American podcast, you have no chance because there's already like more than a handful of them
Yeah.
that are just an echo chamber of each other, right?
Yeah.
They say what's
And-
said on Minoc and they say what's said on Gold Squadron. That's
Yeah.
it.
So I mean, I have a good relationship with Dion, and I like him and I like the content that he provides. And I've been on OCX, I've been on Scum and Villainy now. I'm a regular on the Radical Squadron and on Sea to Sky.
Radical Squadron, by the way, will be streaming in the Alpha Condor Challenge June 1st. They are the
Yeah?
streaming team.
They're
Yeah.
the streaming team?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
In Quebec
Good
City.
for
Yeah.
them. In Quebec City.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
I like the Radical Squadron guys. They're really fun.
Yeah.
And they've got a little podcast. They do their streaming, and they're streaming a lot of Legion, which is really great because there's not a lot of content for that. So there's a bunch of really fun guys down there in Rochester, Syracuse area. So they're right below us. They've been coming to a lot of our events because there's not a lot of trials in upstate New York this season. So there's going to be more next season. So we'll be down there visiting them. But I just, if you look at sort of what Echo Base is doing, so Kevin Lients and those guys, where they're like, okay, they're answer to how to be different is to do like in-depth reviews of games, right? Because it's like you should do a podcast. Everyone should do a podcast, and it's like, all right, but I'm not going to listen to. I mean, Emerald City podcast is great, but that's out in Seattle, right? Or like I don't know, like there's the Birmingham Barons and there's the Hornets one.
I have like over 20 podcasts on my cell phone that I listen
That's just
to.
X-Wing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right. At some point, they all say the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Or kind of. If you try to go against the mainstream, it's just to be interesting to other people, and there's no really added value to your talk.
Yeah. And so, like,
unless you want to be local, like the guys from Texas, ATX 512 Squadron,
sure.
they do only local stuff for Tucson and Houston and Dallas, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they do Texas, and
Sure.
they keep in really interesting, but it's about Texas. That's it, right? So,
Okay.
and I don't think they have any ambition to be like worldwide stuff like the Minox or the other ones.
No.
They just do their stuff. They have their crowd, and I'm not in Texas. I love to listen to them, right?
Okay.
So depending on what you want to do, what's your goal, right?
Well, because like with the PTL, we provide like my basic idea is that we provide the content through VTTV Live, right? Is that we put out interesting and quality content from our league finals. You know, we chat there, and we put out. You know, we film all the events in Toronto, and we get pretty good view counts on that. You know, we're getting 5,000 to 10,000 views on some of these videos.
Yeah,
and I think that's really good. You know, you're seeing the Gold Squadron now sort of go into some of the areas that we considered, like his like quick tips and like these other little things. You know, Dion has like the backing and the resources to sort of like do those little videos, right? And so, well, he's you know, we could have, I suppose, been doing something like that.
well, it's
But
not
again,
because
it's
Dion
a-
is doing it that you can't do it yourself, right?
No, that's fair. You can like one of the things that I think has been lacking in like the X-Wing sphere, right, is probably somebody.
Wait, don't say it because somebody's going to do it before you.
Listen, I don't have the energy or the like ability or the constitution to do it. Like I could probably do a podcast, but like someone has to sell me on an idea because I'm probably gonna be doing most of the work, right? Like someone needs to like come on and like.
Tell me something I don't know, man. I'm a one-man team for 2 podcasts, so
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, great. I run the league. I run the website. I run all the events in Toronto. I've run 3 premier events in a row. Like I run the PTL Open. Like, okay, now I'm gonna add a podcast to that.
And that's a trap because I'm slowly getting in a X-Wing burnout because I'm doing too much stuff and not playing the game, right?
You need help, right?
I need help for sure. And you know what? This is English. This is good, but I had really big troubles finding help to organize this today, right?
Yeah.
See, there's Jean-François who's doing the Cryodex.
Yeah.
He's the father of one of the players, right? And that's the only way I could get
great.
him, right? Because he was going to be here anyway.
Yeah.
You're coming out from Toronto because out of passion and stuff, but I couldn't find you a co-host.
No.
Isn't that terrible?
That's
man.
crazy. Well, we're chatting here.
Yeah, I know, but
co-host.
still, this morning I was here with my friend Sylvain.
Yeah, we had about 8 people from Toronto that were going and ended up not coming.
Yeah,
so.
but this morning to set up the room, there was you, me, and Sylvain. That's it.
Yeah.
We were 3.
Yeah.
That's not many people to set up the room and anyway.
Yeah.
So it's hard to find people that are passionate about it and they want to invest themselves in it, right?
So
and
not
own
only,
it.
They don't have to be here just to play the game. That they want to come and help build the community and
Exactly.
make sure that it's a nice space.
And
make
invest
sure that it
time
works.
and money because
Yeah.
I put a lot of money into this, right?
Yeah.
This tournament today, it's gonna cost me a few $100s out of my pocket.
So you're not recouping everything.
Shit, no.
You're using the mad Patreon money. Is that what you're doing?
No, Patreon is down the hole like over $1,000. I'm in the red for over $1,000.
We convinced. You've been to Toronto, so you've seen what Victor and Travis set up for the VTTV Live.
Yeah.
We convinced them to do a Patreon, and they were like, "Why would we ever do a Patreon? Like their hobby isn't necessarily playing the games. Their hobby is doing the filming.
Yeah.
Like that's what their interest is, right? So I mean, they do have an interest in the games, and they do play. Victor plays Armada and X-Wing. So, but for them, they were like, why would we have a Patreon? And I was like, because people want to give you money. And they're like, well, this is our hobby. And they were already
But they bought equipments,
they were
right?
thousands of dollars
For
in.
sure.
I think their whole rig is like $4,000 for everything they have.
I know.
They have dedicated computers, dedicated monitors. They've got splitter
You know what? My
boards,
stuff
they've
is basics, right?
Yeah.
And
it's
I'm
not-
over $1,000 in
Yeah.
equipment that
Just
I
to
won't
stream.
never get.
No.
You know, it's because
they're
I love it and I want to do it.
They're up to like 40 or 50 bucks a month now on their Patreon, I think. Or somewhere, no, 20 to 30, I think. And it basically, that covers the subscription fees that they have for the software that they use.
Oh, wow.
And so they're like, all right, their running costs are now
Yeah.
net
You know what?
zero,
My,
right?
my
Like,
problem is that I'm too generous with the Patreons. I love them,
Yeah.
and I give them so much stuff. I think
It's
you
not-
won't find, most of the Patreon program, they give you 1 or 2 cards a year plus a template, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then I give dice tray, cards, dice bag, and whatever, and name it. And just earlier I bought from my own money 2
Yeah.
pitchers of beer,
Yeah.
right, to give to the players and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I do the same thing with the Patreons. I'm always giving them stuff, and because
Well, it's like in the league, right? Like I'm spending not all my own money. I'm lucky enough that we are able to. We don't charge to play in the league, but we pass the hat, and I'm lucky that we can bring in $150 a season, and that generally covers the tokens and the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky that we can run the PTL Open. We've been able to make a couple $100 each year on that,
Yeah.
so that we're able to be flush, and then I can show up and I can do the things I do when I show up, and I'm like, so I've got the PTL vault here.
That's nice.
You
Yeah,
want an i6
they're
Kylo
listening
Ren.
to us, so they don't know what you're showing up. But Devon has a box there with a lot of cards, stickers and stuff. Nice.
A whole
And
box
that
of
you're
things.
leaving here when you're leaving there,
No.
right? No.
This was if I was. Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I'm not paying you enough for you to
Oh.
leave that here.
No, this is worth more than that. Oh god.
But you're not cheap. Let's say that. No, I'm kidding. I'm just
not.
kidding.
Listen, I'm not gonna say I would have done this for free, but
No,
you're
it's
being
alright.
very generous.
No. I wouldn't
So-
have expected you to either, and it's
Yeah.
all right, right?
No, and I wish we had VTTV live here. I know they like to travel, and I like that you have capability for streaming now. I know it was expensive, but the more redundant we have, the redundancy we have.
Yeah, exactly. It's
in case
starting, right?
people-
You
in case
need to
people
build it up,
leave,
right?
Like the fact that we have Radical Squadron streaming, that we have you streaming, that we have VTTV live streaming. Maybe the PTL starts its own stream. Like maybe we figure that out. Certainly doing things like that. We're adding redundancy in the community. We're creating more content.
Mhm.
Like the demand won't go away. People are gonna watch the videos.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it goes back to like differentiating yourself in terms of like providing a baseline of decent content. Because there's a bunch of people who stream. Like if you look at like I'm gonna shoot across the bow at Geek Tech Industries because they
Yeah, in Vancouver, yeah.
because they shat on me on stream. So
Oh.
I'm gonna
All right,
Shoot
so
across the
say it
bow.
again.
Geek Tech Industries.
Yeah.
So if you look at them, they get like
Who?
they stream. Yeah, good question. They're in Victoria, BC, and they stream weekly, and they get like 1 view, 2 views. And
Why?
they're streaming every week.
Must be really bad.
I don't know. I don't watch it.
No, just kidding. But,
But you know, you have
no,
to,
maybe it's just about sharing to the
Yeah.
right places and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Or you look at like the X-wing junkies where you have
No, we don't
consistent-
talk
oh,
about
we
the
don't-
X.
don't
No,
talk about
we
the-
don't.
okay.
No, we don't talk.
no.
We don't talk about Mark. We don't talk
No.
about the X-wing junkies out of Winnipeg.
We don't talk about Isaac.
We, goddamn, we don't talk about Isaac because he's the guy. Isaac, you motherfucker. You want all of the spotlight, but you don't do shit for nothing. So yeah.
I think we just shout out a bunch of Canadian content providers right there. But
Yeah.
I think we've got a really
Except
wonderful-
Isaac. Isaac doesn't provide any content, right?
You're not wrong.
Well, unless you're on
He's
the chat there, you will whine a lot. No, I'm
he's
just kidding,
running-
Isaac.
He's running an event in the Moncton, and it's important to
No,
have.
he's a leader
Yeah.
out in the Atlantic, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
New
like,
Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and stuff. He's
Like,
the one that building.
what the viewers don't know is early last year, I made a group chat for Canadian organizers that I'd met or knew that were organizing across Canada as a way of like building sort of like a national community of like people where we could share information. I get different information than the East Coasters get. You might get different
Mm-hmm.
information. Some of us talk to the guys at FFG. Some of us talk to Americans more. Some of us,
Why are you pointing at me when
I
you
don't
say
know.
that? All right?
And some of us talk to
Yeah, and some
Anthony. Like,
people in that group think I'm a traitor because I talk to Americans, but I like Americans, right? They're dumb and
we all
as
like
shit, so
Americans.
it's
Oh my God.
just kidding.
We all like Americans.
That's Devon speaking.
So I mean, so I tried to get at least two organizers or an organizer from every province. So we've got the Sea to Sky guys from BC. We've got Bryson and Bill from Edmonton and Alberta. We've got
Why don't we have Chris Sheriff in there? No, be honest, man.
to be honest,
Oh,
he's
okay.
not a
Maybe
Canadian
I don't know all of the political or the history behind it. Maybe you have a feud with him at some point. I don't know. I don't.
I don't have a.
I
feud
don't
with
want to
him,
say
I
that
just
to
don't
put you on the
think
spot. If you don't want to talk about it, it's all right because I don't know the story.
When I made the group, it was for people who help build Canadian content and Canadian communities.
Okay.
And Chris Sheriff is very interested in Chris Sheriff, and he's not very interested in Canadian communities.
Oh, really?
That's my.
Have you
take on
talked to him or?
it. I have spoken to him only online, and he has been um, not someone I want to continue talking to in all
All right,
of these
man.
conversations.
That's your story.
So,
That's your.
Listen,
side.
if he wants to have a different conversation, he can. I mean, we chat. We've chatted cordially on the Scum and Villainy Discord. Like, I don't have anything against him personally. I just don't. I tried to. There's a lot of just like general X-wing stuff out there, right? You can go and you can look at the general X-wing rules. You can look at the general X-wing this. I wanted like
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
a place
Yeah.
for Canadians to who
I went off
guys who
tangent
are
there. Yeah.
building Canadian communities, like the Sea to Sky guys are building. Yeah.
Est-ce que tu es dans le top 16? Je sais pas. Après la partie, on va mettre les pointages. Est-ce que tu as gagné? Non? Je penserais pas. On sait jamais, par exemple. Pas garanti, mais peut-être. Yeah, sorry about that.
A kid asking me weird questions.
That's
But
all right. So like
you know what? Just
Mike and Dave and Isaac are building communities in Eastern Canada,
Yep.
and they need help. They need support. They need to ask. They're asking questions about how to
Yeah.
run a league.
Yeah.
They're asking questions about how to run tournaments. But I wanted to provide that support in a Canadian context, and guys who are like trying to like
Yeah.
build a Canadian X-wing scene and like sort of build those ties across the country. You know, I listened to all of Nova forever, and Chris really never did anything to promote
Oh, it's not
coming to
that.
Canada.
Sorry,
He
man.
says he'd rather fly to the Crates or to American or to Gen Con Nationals than come to our
Oh,
Nationals.
it was
He's-
not a question.
I've run
Yeah,
three
okay,
Canadian Nationals and he doesn't come. You know, we got Kalen Wong coming out. We had Bryson and Bill. We had coming out from Edmonton. We had
Paul Larue.
Paul LaRue this year came with his son. Had a great showing. I had a great time with him.
Mhm.
He seems like a fantastic guy. You know, we get guys from the Manitoba, the X-Wing Junkies. They show up to
Yeah, that's right.
Nationals. We get guys from New Brunswick showing up to Nationals. We get the Quebec guys coming to Nationals. And part of it was when I made the group, it was about people I knew in the community.
Yep.
And people who had come to Nationals or were making an effort. And
So how is
Yeah.
it working for you so far in that group? Are you satisfied with what's happening or?
across Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, the first thing we did was we organized information distribution to stores on how to get and apply for trials. And if you think of trials as regionals, we double or tripled the amount of regionals that we had in Canada.
There's too many regionals right now. That's why we don't have that much player today. No, for real.
No,
In
I
Montreal, in 3 months, there's 3 Hyperspace trial.
No.
There's another one in September, and there's
Yeah.
another one in October.
Yeah.
Even though we
I
have
think-
a great
no,
venue,
but
we
I
have
think-
a
I think you
prize,
just
I
have
pay
to-
beer, we're lacking players, right? It's stretching them
We have
thin.
that issue in Toronto too. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
So at Harry T, they were planning for 100 people. because there used to be a regionals in Toronto once a year. It was in January, and we got 120 people. Now we have 4 trials in Toronto, and 2 others in the area.
Mm.
There's one on the same day. The London guys. Oh, don't get me started. But
We need to talk about them
Yeah.
off air, man.
I can talk about it on air. So I think Harry T's is going to end up being the same, like 30, 40 guys, and they were hoping for 100.
No, that's
Because
that's a shame.
I think we
There's too many
we shouldn't
tournaments
be
right now.
thinking of trials as regionals.
No,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
They're
They're smaller. But man, when the first place prize is a invite to Worlds, that's a big deal, right?
it was before,
I know, but still.
but anyone could get into Worlds, right?
Eh.
Now it's going to be more interesting.
Okay, but you know when I planned this event,
Yeah.
we needed to be 40 players so
break
I
even.
break even.
Yeah.
Break even, not making any money or anything,
Yeah.
right? So
No.
and I planned for like 65, 66 players.
Yeah.
We're 27, which is
Yeah.
it's okay for a small tournament. It's not okay for an
It's
hyperspace.
seeming like high 20s to like high 30s is where we're getting
Yeah.
the trials across the board in Europe, in the
Mhm.
US. Like it's just even in the US, they have less trials and they're still seeing numbers like that.
Oh, yeah.
So part of it just might be that I think when 2.0 happened, there was like a crunch of competitive players. A lot of people left. I know in the PTL we saw a reduction probably of like 20% of our players sort of didn't make the
Yeah,
transition.
my league is struggling also.
So, but as the new factions come in, we saw a bump with the prequel factions, and sort of as things move along, we're starting to start some people move back, and so it's not exactly.
But still, my setup today is overkill for a tournament
Yeah.
that size, right? It's fun, it's good, but man, it's costing me money out of my pocket.
Yeah.
My store is losing money also, and
Yeah,
they won't do it again, right?
they're not going to. Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
won't do it again. They won't
Yeah.
do it again. They were already like struggling with X-wing. They were about to throw us out, right?
Really?
Yes, because there's not that much player every night, and Magic is taking all the place. And Magic, it's bringing 30 players a night that pay
Yeah.
$5 to be there each.
Yeah.
We're like 5, 8 on a good night. We're 10.
Yeah.
So, what would they do? You keep the X-wing community with 10 guys, or you
Yeah.
bring in the Magic players with 30 guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye bye X-wing, right?
Yeah. We're very lucky in Toronto that
I have a question from a.
A fan? That's a
Yeah.
just got a. No, it's not. I just found 2 of them. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Alright. So that was Mr. Fletcher
From New Brunswick, who flown in yesterday to play in this tournament.
Wait, he flew in?
Yeah, but his girlfriend is in Montreal for work or something,
okay.
and so
Where did he
But-
fly in from? Buffalo?
no, New Brunswick.
New Brunswick. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. See, he does it, but Isaac and all of the others guys from Moncton, no. Maybe we'll go to Quebec City. We don't know. I'm just kidding.
It's hard. Like
Yeah.
I get that it's hard, and especially when you're out east. There's not as much money. There's not as much jobs. Yeah, we're gonna get the air horn on.
Yeah,
on
because
stream.
it's 1 minute.
Oh, I know. Oh yeah. But it's nice.
It
Yeah.
feels good to do
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
You want to do it next? Next
Maybe.
time it's yours, all right?
Yeah, next time it's mine.
Yeah,
I
but
get
be
the.
gentle on it because
Oh, thank you. You only got so much air. You'll run out. Do they sell them downstairs?
no, that's a dollar store.
Oh, there you go. We stopped at my ride stopped at a reservation on the way up to.
No, in Canada,
yeah,
Kanawaki or
cheap- They want
Kananaskis.
cheap gas, right?
Yeah, and cheap cigarettes.
You should have told me there was a wall of fireworks. You could have been shooting off Roman candles every round.
Yeah, you can buy anything on the reserve. Anything.
Anything.
Just might not be able to get it out of the reserve because the cops are waiting for you at the. But
Not on the 401.
no, but you know because here in Kananaskis, it's sitting across the lines with the U.S. So
Yeah.
they use the river to
Yeah.
smuggle stuff in from the U.S. and stuff like that. So
The same
when you
thing
go
happens in
in,
Cornwall.
the cops know that you're in. When you
Oh,
go
yeah.
out, they're waiting for you. Whatever you're doing, you're sure to be stopped, and they will ask you what you were doing in there.
Really?
And if you're not an Indian with the sticker on your car, the peacekeeper inside will stop you and give you a ticket for whatever reason because you're not a native
Yeah.
and you do not belong there. So the peacekeeper will get you in,
Yeah.
and the
Then they charge you when they get
Sûreté
you
du Québec will get you when you get out, right? So don't go there. Just
don't
don't go there,
don't
man.
go there.
Just don't go there. All right, so the time is out.
It's
I'm
time.
out. Yeah.
All
But be
right.
gentle. Be gentle.
Time in the round.
Time in the round, people! All right, so
Listen, the more content we have, the better.
yes,
That's what I think.
agree. So we'll continue that discussion on the
Sure.
next round. All right.
Sure. All right. You're gonna get me in trouble, Bruno.